It's Friday. What time is it? Nah, 5 o'clock. So I'm here to talk to you about the movies I watched this week. All those people interested in the movies I watched. So here I go. The first one I watched was a movie that was on TCM, I'm pretty sure, yeah, called Hero. A two-bit criminal saves several passengers from a plane crash and leaves the scene without being identified. You know, he's driving by, a plane crashes in front of him. He gets out of the car and he hears people going, "Help, help me, help, help." Plane's burning and all this shit, and he's going, "Oh my God, Jesus, oh jeez." So he gets out of his car, and what does he do? He rushes into the plane and starts saving people. All the time complaining about it. Oh my Jesus. Anyway, it's a good story. Later on, somebody else takes the, what is it? You know, he's the one that saved all the people, right? So he's drinking champagne and everything. And this guy, which is Dustin Hoffman, right? Saying, "Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy." But anyway, stars Dustin Hoffman, Gina Davis. Yes, that Gina Davis looks cute. She's a very pretty girl. And Chevy Chase. Yeah. Chevy Chase is in it, doing this Chevy Chase character. He's funny too. But anyway, that was Nero, 1992. TCM, that gets a 7. 7 out of 10, you can watch it. It's a good movie. And the other one I watched was Cry Wolf, 1947. TCM, starring Errol Flynn and Barbara Stanwyck. The dish herself. Yes. Anyway, the widow pays a visit to the late family's estate and learns a dark secret. Her husband supposedly has died, right? He's dead. So she gets to go visit this house, this big estate, this big friggin' huge mansion, right? And there's a lot of weird shit happening here, right? Like strange things happening. So she starts asking questions and things, right? People start getting numb about it and stuff, and kind of like, you know, kind of puts things off. And Errol Flynn wants to know who she is, and she said, "Oh, well, I married I think it was his brother." Anyway, so she's the wife. Now she has to read the will and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it's a good story. It's all right. Gets a 7 out of 10. Yeah, that's from 1947, Cry Wolf, TCM. And what else did I watch? TCM here again, 1939, I'm pretty sure. 1939. Good year for movies, as I always say. Nominated for a Best Picture. It's about a couple of people on board a cruise ship, basically. They get right down to it. And they meet on a cruise ship, you know, and they start having dinner together, chatting, you know, reading books and magazines with each other. You know, just the regular cruise, getting to know each other. So they kind of fall in love, right? Let's say they fall in love. It seems like they've fallen in love, but they have other people that they also love, and people love them. You know, like he's got another girlfriend, and she's got another boyfriend, and they're planning on getting married and all that stuff. But if things don't work out and things, you know, go sideways, they decided to meet on July the 1st on top of the Empire State Building, right? So that's basically what the story's about. Did they meet? It's a good story. Give it a 7. Yeah, I give that a 7. And that stars, who's that star? Oh, Irene Dunn. Cute little Irene Dunn. And Charles Boyer. Is that my check? Alright, so that was it. So what did I give that one? 7. Yeah, they decided to meet on top of the Empire State Building. And the other one I watched was 1942 on TCM. Again, TCM. Stand By for Action, 1942. Story of the Navy getting into shape. You know, after Pearl Harbor, well, they got to get their shit together, right? So they're, you know, they're putting men on battleships and things like that. They need captains. They need men. They do need all this stuff, right? So they get this old battleship and they, you know, put it together again and fix it all up and it's ready to sail. And they have to have somebody, right, to be the commander and stuff. So it's pretty good stuff. Starring Robert Taylor, and Brian Dunleavy, and Charles Lopton. He's good in it. They're all good in it. It's a good movie. You can watch this one, no problem. It's a 7 out of 10. And what else did I watch? Oh, here's another one. TCM, another one. Bright Victory. Bright Victory, 1951. I'm pretty sure it's a 51. A racist American soldier who was blinded in battle discovers feelings for his nurse. So they're chatting each other up. He gets to go out on a date with her, so-called date, right? They drive around, they go places, have dinner, chat, stuff like that, right? So they start getting feelings for each other. But the thing is, he's got a girlfriend back home, and they're planning on getting married, right? So he goes back home, and she says goodbye to him. And things happen to him at home and different things. And he had a buddy that was in the same time period. He had a buddy that he chatted, chummed around with, right? And for, I guess, the amount of weeks that he was in the hospital, getting better, recuperating, doing things to learn how to be a blind person, right? Walking around with a cane stuff, one of his buddies. Anyway, one of his buddies was a black guy, right? A black man, right? And he didn't know. Arthur Kennedy's character didn't know, right? So as he was walking back to the barracks and chatting and shooting shit and stuff like that, he mentioned the fact that the bad name for colored people, and everybody stopped and stood there and looked at him, or just stopped, right? And he was wondering where everybody was, and they were all behind him because they couldn't believe what he said. But if you're brought up, if your mom and dad bring you up by saying bad things about people, and when you're little, it's the same thing today mostly. Parents bringing up their kids, and they say bad things about people. They're going to say bad things too when you're little, when you get older. But anyway, that's a side, what's that, the side order in the movie, that part. Racist, Army soldier, American soldier. And you get Arthur Kennedy's in it, and Peggy Dow and Julie Adams. And you get to see Rock Hudson for a couple minutes driving around on a Jeep, and I think he gets shot though and he's dead or something like that. But you get to see Rock Hudson in 1951 as one of his buddies driving around on the Jeep. So yeah, so that's TCM 1951, Bright Victory, 7 out of 10. It's okay, not a bad movie at all. Oh yeah, and then we get around to, let me see, The Hulk, 2008, right, starring, what's his name, Edward Norton, Liv Taylor, whatever the whole name is, Tim Roth, and William Hurt as the general, her father. This movie's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. There's a scene in it where the Hulk and what's his name? Abomination, which is Tim Roth, right? He turns into the Abomination. And they get to run towards each other, and where they're running at is down here on Yonge Street. When you can tell it's Yonge Street by the Sam the Record Man, big bright light, right, with a record, and it's down anyway. It's on Yonge Street, and you get to see the stores that were on Yonge Street at that time in 2008. So, yeah, they shut down Yonge Street for that bit, but all the crashing and the bangs and stuff like that, and you see the Hulk and that running up and down Yonge Street, so that was fun. But like I said, this movie's alright. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's not too bad. Anyway, when they start first making superhero movies, you should all be glad they started doing this kind of stuff, even though it's not that great. But, when I was a kid and all that, we never had superhero movies. We had crap. Or when I was young, we had crappy superhero movies on TV. Yeah, okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, the Hulk, yeah. What did I give it? I'm just going to give it a 7. I never wrote it down, so I guess the 7's okay. You can watch it. Like I said, it's nothing great, but it's not bad. All right, let's moving on, Bob. All right, another movie I watched was this one. Everybody knows this movie. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Matthew Broderick. Ellen Ruck and Mira Sarah. This is funny. Doesn't want to go to school, right? Typical. He's a teenager. He doesn't want to go to school. So he tells his mom and dad he's sick. He's not feeling very well. He's all clammy and stuff. He's got a high temperature. So he gets to stay home. Then he phones up his buddy. Right? And then he gets to go pick up his girlfriend at school. And they get to run around all day and go watch movies and go downtown. And they get he's in a parade and he starts singing songs and stuff. But anyway, it's hilarious. It's a good movie. I get this one here, like I said, John Hughes. It's one of those John Hughes movie directed by him, wrote by him, stuff like that. He did everything. Anyway, yeah, so this is a very good movie. You can watch this one anytime. Hey, next time you're home from school and you're sick, watch this. It's good. I give it an 8. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, that movie. What else did I watch? That's a DVD, of course. All right, and I watched Battle of the Sexes on Crave TV here, Rogers, right? The Bobby Riggs and Billie Jean King, and what was it, 1972? Right, when they had the battle of playing tennis and stuff like that, and Billie Jean King's story and Bobby Riggs and stuff like that. It's a good movie. It's fun. Very, very enjoyable. I liked it. I thought it was enjoyable. I don't know too much about history, about any of this battle and what she does and what he does and did. But he was a gambler, right? He gambled on everything, right? So, but I give it a good 7. It's a very watchable movie. No problem watching it. If you haven't seen it, watch Battle of the Sexes. It's a good movie. And the other one I watched was Joshua. Right, Joshua. Starring Sam Rockwell and Vera Farmiga. F-A-R-M-I-G-A. Farmiga. Yes, that one. This is a creepy movie. Yeah, creepy movie. They live in this apartment, right? He's got a good job, and she's at home. Right now, they just had a baby. The baby's there. The baby's a week old, whatever. They're home taking movies and stuff. And their son is about, I don't know, 8 or 10, give or take a year. He's playing the piano. Dingle, dingle, right? So, the kid's a little fucking strange. Oh, excuse my language. The boy, right? This is the son, Joshua. He's a little, you're kind of watching the movie and you're thinking, so this kid's a little on this fucking dippy side, right? So as time goes by, this kid does a lot of strange things, creepy stuff, right? And this baby, then the baby starts crying. Every night this baby starts crying, right? So the mom and dad, especially the mom, because the mom's there all day, right, and all night, she starts getting a little wacky, right? She starts seeing things and talking to people and thinking the ceiling's caving in and stuff, right? People's upstairs and all this stuff. Yeah, and anyway, she gets a little wacko on the wacko side, and the dad, has to go home. He takes the baby and the son out for a walk, right, and stuff like that. And more creepy stuff starts coming around and all that, right? And the baby's crying all day and all night, and now they're both up and they're wondering, it's kind of strange shit going on here, right? So yeah, it gets really creepy. This is one hell of a creepy movie. Creeps you out, man. Creeps you right out of your underwear. If you're sitting there in your underwear, you creep right out of them. You go, gee, that's creepy. That kid's creepy. It's not like, I don't really want to call it a scary movie or a horror movie, because I don't think that's what it is. I think it's more creepy. Yeah, this kid does creepy shit, and you kind of think it's him doing some weird shit, but you don't see it, right? But what are you gonna do? I'm pretty sure it's the kid. But anyway, you gotta watch the movie to see what happens. So yeah, that's Joshua. I think what was that, 2007? 2007, yeah, Joshua. I give it a good 7. It's a watchable movie. You like creepy movies? Watch it. Anyway, that's what Bob watched this week. Yeah. Now Bob gets to go away tomorrow, the long weekend here in Canada. I'm going to Oshawa. Going to my brother's, going to Donnie's house. Donnie lives in Oshawa, so he's coming down there tomorrow morning picking me and my brother up, Sammy. We're heading out to Donnie's. We're going to be playing darts. We're going to be doing barbecue, drink beer. Not that many beers. I mean, I don't drink. I drink, but I might have one or two. Talk about drinking, but it's not really drinking. Maybe one or two beers. And then, just a regular, out back watching the grass grow, sitting underneath the picnic table. He doesn't have a picnic table. What do you call a table with the umbrella, and the barbecue and stuff like that. So that's what I'll be doing over the weekend, and I'll be back home Monday afternoon. So you guys have a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves, love your neighbors, and keep watching those movies. Talk to you later.